Alrighty, Dakota here from GameZone, and we're with
Rob Pearsall.
And we're talking about UFC Undisputed 2010. Alright, Rob, tell me about the freezing strikes. Have they been fixed?
Oh, the freezing strikes. That was when you were online and you just keep getting hit by the same strike over and over. Yeah, we've gone back and revamped all the animations in the animation system. So the strikes, we rely a lot more on Havoc this year. And because we rely on Havoc, you can get hit while being hit a lot more. It actually adds to a lot of glancing blows, and a lot of different strikes that just wouldn't normally hit otherwise. So hopefully the freezing strikes are gone.
Alrighty, tell me what you guys did to address the submission cancel glitch.
The submission cancel glitch, that was just an unfortunate byproduct of the submission system last year. When we started on UFC 2010, the few things that we started with that we knew we wanted to improve, one of them was submissions. So we've gone in and we've revamped the entire submission system. Like, only the control input is the same. The way we calculate submissions is completely different. The way energy and stamina plays into your submissions is different this year. So you start a submission and you sort of see the screen, the camera's closing in on that fighter, and you see the arm getting cranked back for if it's like a Kimura, or you get it extended a bit more if you're on an arm bar. The knees will get out, the chokes will get tighter, and if you're defending those submissions, you know, your arm is going to get more to a safer position if you're in an arm bar. If Kimura, the arm comes back, your knee sort of bends if you're in a leg lock. So the stamina doesn't play as much this year. Yeah.
Alrighty, now, are super calves, super creative fighters still eligible to be created within UFC?
The highest stat you can train a calf to is 100, and that takes a lot of work. Honestly, if you want to train calf stats up to 100, you got to use focus sparring in the career mode. That's the best way to do it.
Now, with the mount, could you tell us what has been improved within the mount?
Well, the mount position, we want it to be more of an actual pinnacle position, so once you get into mount, we really want you to finish the fight. We've included a passive transition blocking system, so you can spend more time punching a guy in the face, punching a guy in the body, wearing down both those areas and trying to rock him and finish the fight, then you need to worry about babysitting the transition block.
Now, you're speaking about damage and face and any damage on the body anywhere. What type of facial damage and injuries could a player sustain through their match?
Well, you know, you can get rocked just the same as you could before. You can get knocked out. We still have flash KOs in the game. But one of the additions this year is the doctor stoppages. So say you get a cut above the eye or around that eye, nose area. If that cut gets too bad, the doctor can come in, take a look at it, and if he decides that it's gotten too bad, he can stop the fight, and you can get a TKO that way.
Will leg kicks be able to be a referee stoppage?
No, you're not going to get a leg kick from a referee stoppage, but when you're fighting in a game, if you take too much damage to a leg, that leg is going to sort of crumple, and it's going to hurt, just like it would in real life. So you're not going to be able to defend your takedowns as well, you're not going to be able to perform takedowns as well, and you're going to be moving slower around the ring. You really need to keep guarding all areas of your body if you want to stay in the fight.
Now speak on holding the right stick when you're on the ground. Is that necessary?
Holding the right stick on the ground is still necessary if you want to block your opponent's transitions, if you want to wear him down a little bit. But if you're just sitting there blocking, then you're not striking, so you're not winning the match.
And now you guys revealed you can use the fighters within a title mode. You will not be allowing fighters in career mode? Real fighters, I mean.
No, the real fighters are not going to be in career mode this year.
Has the thought ever crossed your guys' mind?
There are things we want to do, and there are things that we can't do, and I don't know if I'm allowed to comment on that much more.
Alrighty, next question would be, is Machida's lunging kick within the game?
Well, we have a lot of character-specific strikes this year. A lot of fighters have their own particular moves. I know one of the moves that Lyoto has is a jumping switch kick, and that's actually a hell of a lot of fun. All these moves you can have your fighters learn if you go through career mode. If you want to go through creative fighter mode, you can have these fighters learn these moves, like BJ's arm trap, rear naked choke they did to Kenny Florian. A lot of those moves are in the game, and they're available to those specific career mode fighters, and if you train with them in your camps in your career mode, you can learn them as a calf too.
Will the crucifix position be in the game?
Yes.
What about the back standing clinch?
There is a back standing clinch. It's not the easiest thing to get to. You can catch a guy, say he whiffs a head kick and he shows his back to you. He starts striking and you move out of the way. You can grab in for a clinch and you can get that back clinch. And some of my favorite moves, like the suplexes, come from that back clinch. It's one of my favorite positions.
Will you be able to flatten the opponent down to the ground?
Yeah. All of the ground animations this year, all the ground positions have been reanimated. We've tripled the number of ground positions that we've got. So in order to do that, we've tripled the ground positions that we have this year. So you can actually get rocked from a bunch of different positions. The fight can finish from a bunch of different positions. We didn't really like the way the back mount face up sort of looked last year, so there's two back mounts. There's a back mount face down and this back mount face up, and both look more like they do in the UFC. So you got a guy on his back, he's on his belly, you're on his back, you got the hooks in, you sort of flatten him out, and you're just kind of wailing away, just striking, and you can finish the fight from that position.
Now, the most important for the fans is, how are you going to address online quitters?
Online quitters? We've basically done the same thing that we did last year after the patch came out. We're addressing them with disconnect percentages to identify those guys so you don't have to fight against them when you see them. And hopefully that discourages it like it did in 2009.
All right, thank you for your time.